All right, here we are. We're back. We are back. Heroes Unleashed. We have Crimson Sage, Patch, Seraph, Id,
Dark side.
Big Balls Id, Morgan, and Gabe Trujillo, because I don't have a picture, of Vonali. It just says Gabe Trujillo. We don't like Gabe. We will be body shaming him until he quits. I'm kidding.
They're gonna try that forever, and it's not gonna work. I don't give a fuck.
You have one in the team now. Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's I saw that head. It is shiny. Dude, when he came on the line, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. But that was nothing because it turns out when he went outside, plants were landing in his yard.
Oh. He he was he was the one that crashed the first SpaceX with the shine. He's like, we can't see. All right. So what we're gonna pick up.
Steve.
Last time on One Piece. No, I'm not doing that. Last time we were playing, Patch, Seraph, and Sage were working at the site of the hospital collapse. And Seraph was in the tunnel, and he was engaged in combat. Patch was on the other side of the subway tunnel, and then Sage was organizing the rescue. The other three, we'll get back to them shortly. They're still at the safe house with Morgan nursing a shattered arm that he apparently can't take the pain for. Now, let us begin. There is no Patch. He walked away.
Because I can't take the pain.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, until he comes back, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Sage. Seraph is gonna be last because he was engaged in combat. That's gonna take a little bit longer to resolve. So for you, Sage, your two compatriots had. You don't know that they separated. You know that they left together, but you're unaware of their separation. They haven't been able to reach you. They haven't been able to contact you due to interference. So
Still don't know that there are two people.
Yes, and then there's that. Yes. So the civil engineers, the fire marshal, the LAPD sergeant that's there in charge. They're all going over plans. People are still being dug out, and you added the extra mix of their potential enemies that are still scurrying about in that mound. What they're finding is that there are pockets. They're able to determine that there are pockets of people that are there, but the thinking is that there is not enough air to get to them. So they're trying to figure out how to get through to them. Plus, unbeknownst to everybody, up above, the damage from the water main could potentially cause another subsequent collapse. 1 second, this is getting a little loud.
Well, they know about it now because we shut off the water.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
But we just don't know how much damage it caused.
Right, and structurally, how long it may or may not take for that area to fall in, if it's going to. So that's where you are right now. You haven't been able to. You did report to Agent Rivers. She tells you to keep an eye on the situation, take point, and to coordinate and to provide updates. The issue with your friends, there's the tunnel. The tunnels themselves extend. The engineers were able to get the what is it? The construction plans projected out. So they had they had the specs going out to the next 3 years, where the other lengths of tunnels would be finalized and finally built. But they did bore the holes in the structure in the ground in order to start laying the foundations for those tunnels. That takes it following those directions. The tunnels themselves would go about an extra mile closer to where the safe house is.
So it takes them halfway.
Yeah, that's assuming that they're even there, because you guys haven't even got confirmation that they are.
All right. So all the information I give. Once they set up a detail to go investigate with, I forget the guy's name.
They sent an ESU in order to go into the train tunnel to evacuate people, but they haven't gotten any.
But they're not going in without the proper lighting.
Correct.
So as soon as they make the detail and I make sure that everybody's running coordinated, I'm gonna go in with the team. Also, I'm going to see if there's anybody that can assess the structural integrity from within, just to make sure to see how much time we may have due to the water damage.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean like engineers to go down with you as well?
Yeah, an engineer or two to make sure that they can assess how much damage that water did.
Okay.
So they can communicate back to the teams up here.
All right. So all told, you're going to be with approximately 7 more, five from the ESU team, and then your 2 engineers that are going to go down with you. They work for the transit, for LA Transit, so they know the systems that you're going to need to make those assessments with. All right. So you guys were going. As you were going down, you heard the sound. You heard distinctive sounds, and I don't know that I have that, but Give me 1 second here.
Wow, y estos sí están bien maduros, mi amor.
Lou, are you looking for G.I. Joe laser sound?
No, I was for a minute. Yeah, as you guys were going down, you heard that sound, and from the laser, and without the explosion. I can't really find the good sounds on YouTube very much, but in any event, that froze the team. Because the ESC were out in front, you know, they did the old halt signal, and they're discussing plans. People are rushing out of the tunnel, not the tunnel, from the platform. In one of the citizens, the concerned citizens, comes up to the ESU and is yelling that there's monsters down there. There's a he's just like, this is some sort of robot that's flying in the middle of the air, and it's shooting at some monster that was coming out of the tunnel, and there's some people that got killed, and then he tells the guy to book it out. The ESU guy turns to the engineers and he says, "You guys head back up, and we'll call the ESU guy Redshirt Frank, and he turns to you because you are armed. You are in your outfit. You're right. You're.
Yes.
Okay. So he says, "Well,
I'm in a GSDF outfit. Yeah.
So he says, this sounds like some metahuman stuff." He's like, "We're not geared up for that, but
No.
we'll provide
You
support."
You guys just make sure that everybody gets out. I'll go ahead. I'll take point from here. See if the engineers can get as close as possible to assess the damage. We really need to know how much time the people upstairs have. That's your priority right now, and the rescue mission of any individual that comes your way.
Over the comms, you can hear a voice, and it sounds very monotone and almost what's the word that I'm looking for? It's
Modulated.
That's the one. It sounds like it sounds very modulated, and it comes over this, describing what's happening down there, and Frank's just like, "Who's on this channel?" And he's just like, I'm here to help." And he's just like, tells everybody to switch to channel 7, which
I heard that too.
yes, you're all on the same comm channel.
All right. I tell the commander, belay that. Stay on the same channel. I recognize the voice. He is friendly. It's probably the robot that was assisting upstairs. Sounds like him.
It's like, okay, well, we'll continue to coordinate. It's just, if you need backup, you just call, just put in the call.
So
we'll be
through
making
the
once we know everyone the platform is clear, then we'll come in. We'll come in heavy.
So through the comm, I'm going to say, Costa, I'm on my way. I'll be there soon to assist.
Okay.
Because remember, I don't know that it's Seraph.
Right. Okay.
And I simply respond, copy. Copy.
All right. So speaking of, you get to the other end of you get to the bottom of the tunnel. You can there's a train already on the platform, but the doors are open and everyone has already been evacuated. So it's there. Then there's the tunnel that you can clearly see towards the end of that platform, going in the direction that would lead you back to the other end, to where you left Seraph. It's still well lit. You can see about 100 yards through. As the tunnel shrinks in size from its perspective. But the length of track between each platform, you're talking about maybe about 200 yards. If memory serves that, let me hold on a second.
That was weird.
Yeah, hold on.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so like I said before we left just last week, I'm going to grab the rail, to use it as an antenna,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try and communicate with Seraph.
Okay. What you get a faint signal. There's some heavy interference that's blocking you from getting a clear signal. So it's there's a lot of white noise. So you guys can have that conversation, and I'll tell you if what goes through or not.
All right, so basically I relayed the information that I was told about the shadow, the mutant ex-con.
Mm-hmm.
I relayed that information to him and told him to be careful.
Right.
I also tell him that I'm gonna go back up and proceed to the safe house like he wanted me to.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna call Mom. Let her know what's going on.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
Then,
And what do I hear?
You get most of that message. You get that there's a metahuman in that was in there. You get the issue. You get the weakness to light to bright lights, and
I also tell them about the virus that we encountered in England might be in play here also.
okay.
So be careful with
So
that.
you get about 85% of that message,
Okay.
enough to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
So the distance is about a mile. Now that I think about it. So
Okay.
looking at
I send back based on the fact that I picked up interference with the incoming message.
mhm.
I am going to transmit and return, but I'm going to try and boost. No, I really don't have the skills for that. So never mind. I'm just transmitting in return.
Mhm.
He is here. I'm dealing with him.
Okay, so you're both able to communicate. It's just again, it's not as it's not a one-on-one. It's not a one-to-one ratio. So you do get that message, and you're able to understand most of it.
Right. So I wish him luck, and I start heading to the base, to the base. Yeah. The safe house.
Okay.
When I get upstairs, like I said, I call my wife. I encrypt the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Then I contact her and I tell her everything that's happened because I'm quite sure she heard about the hospital falling.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably a wreck right now. No, know what's happening to me and Sarah.
Right, because that was her place of work.
Right.
So
All her coworkers are dead. Yeah, yeah.
You know she's dead.
So I call her and tell her everything that's happening up to this point.
mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't realize that LA has a pretty robust transit system.
It's a large city. Should.
Well, I'm saying it's like from downtown LA, you can get to Long Beach, San Fernando. They have an extension going out to Santa Monica, but it's not done yet.
But I don't think it's underground. I think it's above ground.
Some of it is.
A lot of it's above
Yeah.
ground, actually.
Yeah, some of it is like the downtown LA. It's underground.
Most of downtown San Diego is above ground. I think they even have an L. I know I saw it when I was at the convention one time.
Cool. Okay. So so the message it's gonna be a verbal message, or is it gonna be a text message?
No, I call her. Make sure she hears my voice and everything.
Okay, so definitely you get very big relief when she hears your voice, and she's were you able to? It's just was that because of that woman? And it's like, what happened? And all you're barely able to get it in any word in edgewise, because you can feel the panic in her voice. You can feel that she is an emotional wreck. It's just like it's just my friends. It's just like I knew. It's like my patients, my friends. It's like, were you able to get anybody out? And it's just a constant barrage of questions, more questions than you have the ability to answer.
Right. Well, I answered the ones I can.
Mm-hmm.
I answered the ones she lets me,
Right.
and the rest of it is on a hopeful wish and prayers.
Okay. Did we lose Adolfo again? Yes, we did.
No, he's there. He's just
Well,
actually muted
who
his
the hell did we
mic this
lose?
time.
I lost Gabe. Did he leave?
Oh, me?
No, Gabe.
Oh, Gabe.
Gabe is the one missing.
He's the one missing.
I got it on gallery view and I don't see him.
Yeah, I think he dropped.
Yeah, he was on a second ago.
Yes, he was.
Maybe he got pop out.
Yeah, that's.
I guess you hurt his feelings and he was like, I'm going to lag off.
I guess your cameo is still running strong, so that's good.
Everything I wanted.
Well,
I cried twice.
Give me a sec here.
Hold on.
You might have signal issues. You know, he's out in Colorado.
Sure.
Condor probably slammed into the lines or something.
Step into the whiteness.
Step into the light.
I actually thought about moving to Colorado.
I know a bunch of people that lived there, and they said it was amazing.
No, I don't want to move there.
Nobody likes you anyway.
No, the Vieja house fucking harassed me. I know she would. We're gonna go on a raid today. I'm like, oh god,
What?
that's where she lives.
Yeah, well, that'd be your problem, not mine.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
that's
so
why.
we'll give him some time to come back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. No big deal. Shit happens. Now, all right. So, what's your plan moving forward? What are you intending on doing?
Get in a car and go to a safe house.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna come back to Seraph. So that undulating bulge that's still sticking out of his right shoulder blade is just he's throbbing, and you can see him in obvious pain. His whole face is gnarled and twisted, and he's trying to reach up with his left, but the damage he sustained from that blast, it still has an open gaping wound on the back of his shoulder, so he can't really reach over, and he's still on the ground, still trying to pull himself forward. But it seems as though he's stuck halfway from the black inky darkness of that tunnel and into that light. It's the more as he's using his right arm to pull himself forward, he's being dragged back. It's almost as if someone has their hands on his ankles and they're just trying to pull him back as he's struggling to move forward.
Okay. Do I see the? All right. There's the lights. How far am I away from them?
This tunnel system, the tops, the ceiling is about 25 feet high, so it's really well lit. These are brand new systems, so it's definitely newer than New York systems, and so there are LEDs. It's pretty well lit. So the nearest light to you is right on the edge of the ceiling. So right where the ceiling arches, it's right along the edge, just before the masonry curves.
Okay, I'm going to reach up, touch that, and via mechano link, I am going to basically reprogram it to push maximum light, literally overload the light.
Okay.
So that it outputs maximum light. I'm testing this theory.
Okay.
Based on what Dad told me.
All right. So the theory bears fruit because as the light intensity increases, you can hear him. He starts to scream in pain, but the portions of his upper torso that are bathed in that light as they increase, that unnatural darkness just recedes from his arms, his hands, and from up his arms, from his torso, his head, and you can see that skin bulge. It is under his. It looks like it's underneath his skin, and it's trying to claw its way out, which it inevitably does as you, just at the point where the lights are going to overload and explode. The thing just bursts right out. It's like a chest burster. It comes right out in its full form, and it's regarding you, but it's moving back away from that light. You can see it's almost as if the light burns it. So it just puts its hands up and to cover its face, and then it just floats back into that darkness.
All right.
Do I get there before that thing backs off?
It's almost virtually simultaneous as you're going down that stairwell. You can see the lights start to brighten in from picture a really long stairwell where you don't have an angle to see the platform. You just have enough to see to see into the platform where the tracks are, just enough to see the ground. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you would have to get to the bottom of the
but I mean-
stairwell in order to see into the platform. But you can see the lights, the fluorescent lights starting to brighten up, almost as if they're being
Okay.
overloaded.
Because from the point that I told him I'm on my way, I was moving. I was
Right,
going
but
at max
this
speed.
is all simultaneous, and his action would have been before yours from the way we left it.
No, that's fine. All I'm asking is, do I see that creature before it goes? It
Oh,
absolves itself in the night.
that you don't. No, you just hear the screams, and when you come down, you can see the man that was identified as Blackout. That was his meta name that he used, and he's lying in the tracks, in between the tracks, and he looks like he has these huge gashes on his back. And he
Okay.
is bleeding
Is
profusely.
he conscious?
No, he is face down. He hasn't moved.
And he's totally covered by the light.
He is, yes. You can see he's
Yeah.
breathing very raggedly, and this is for both of you, by the way.
And I say, well, what do I see as far as bioscan?
Oh, he's not mortally wounded, but he is critically wounded. He's
All right.
losing a lot of blood from those wounds.
And so as I pick you up coming in, I say, this man needs help, and I cannot leave this area at this time.
Don't worry about it. I'll take him. So as best I can, I'm going to try and pick him up. I'm going to turn on the light that they gave me to keep him in the light and myself. And I'm going to move him upstairs through
Okay.
the station.
Okay.
That way, when I get topside, I can call for assistance, medical assistance.
Okie doke. All right, so the other ESU guys see you coming up the stairs, and they rush down to assist you. It's, they're equal parts horrified, like, what the hell happened to this guy? It's like, did you do this?
No. And I need to return.
He says, all right, so
Our friendly needs to.
we'll take it from here. They got on the radio that they need an ambulance and to get to the station. All the police technical jargon that they would use in order to get that process underway, and they start dragging them up.
All right.
Now that goes
Lou, when am I
goes
picking
back
up
to
on micro radar?
what do you? Oh,
Am I picking up any, as far as movement, like the creatures came out of his back? Are they registering
they're not. No,
or not?
they did
Okay.
register once it came out, but once it moved it back into the shadow, they fell off your motion sensor.
Okay. I keep that, like, I stop it before burnout, or did
Okay.
was that
No,
that
no,
happened too quick?
It's,
So I keep
can
it
do
at the
that.
high intensity.
Mhm.
I'm also, these lights are probably computer controlled. Am I picking that up?
Yes.
So I'm going to keep the end of the station.
Mhm.
I'm going to reach out to the lighting system basically to keep this end of the station bathed in the brightest light possible. So I'm turning these LEDs up.
Okay.
Um,
You would come down into the rest of the station being bathed in that light. So it's super, super bright.
All right. On my way back, Mr. Costa, you said you couldn't move from the place. Why?
I am currently keeping the lighting system online at this intensity
Why?
because there are creatures in that darkness. They came out of that one's back. Designated Blackout. They seem to have been attached to him.
So what I'm going to do with the lighting that they gave me. I'm going to approach the darkness and shine it into the darkness.
Okay. You're able to once you get back to the tunnel area, that preternatural darkness is gone. It's dim in comparison to the lighting for the station itself, and the lighting along the walls you can now see. So getting back to where you were after you left, excuse me, the lighting itself is back. So you go to the front of the tunnel and you shine the light. What you do see are bodies all along the tunnel. At first glance you count at least 12. They're laying in different spots.
So go to them and see if any of them are alive.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna do a radio check. Com check 1 2 1 2.
They say we read you. Go ahead.
There are 12 bodies at least down here. I'm gonna check to see if they're still alive.
Copy that. And this
So
is,
can I program this to keep the lights at this intensity and just leave it
you can
as
yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I do that, and I'm going to move forward with the original plan, which was to check that area
Mm-hmm.
and possibly go through the rubble in my swarm form to locate people and see
Okay.
if I can get them
And
out.
that's the other thing that you can hear. You can the sounds. You can hear the cascading water, and it's sounds like a huge spout. So it's just coming down and coming down. It's starting to flood the tunnel. A lot of these people that were in that tunnel, they were you were. As you're looking at them, some of them had touched that third rail while they were running, and they were in the water. So you'll know that they're gone.
Yeah.
This is for
As
both.
I'm-
By the way, this is for both of you.
Yeah.
The others that were not necessarily in the water while there was a current that ran through that entire stream as they were running. So a bunch of them did not make it. So of the dozen, only 2 had managed to survive. The rest were either injured or suffered through the
Right. I mean, any
how
of
many
them,
are in critical condition?
electrocution. Jesus, man. Holy shit, I can't speak.
Lou,
Yeah.
how many are in critical condition?
2.
Or are the other 10 just dead?
No, they're gone. They suffered from the electrocution.
I say, Agent, I must advance. I must check the damage of the building from below.
Very well. I said through the radio, send in the engineers, and I need medical assistance immediately. I've got 2 alive down here.
Acknowledge.
They're in bed.
I also transmit over the radio, over the frequency, hazardous conditions, electrified. Excessive water.
Okay. The when you get to the spot where the water's rushing through, they did manage to turn off the mains, but there's still a ton of water coming through, coming down. The damage that you can assess immediately, you're able to compute or computate. Is that a word? That's not a word.
Computers.
You're able
Yeah.
to you're able to ascertain that the structure is at 35%. The structural integrity is at 35%.
Okay. I break up into swarm form, and I'm going up through the rubble,
Okay.
trying to locate survivors.
All right. As you go through, your sensors are able to pick up a lot of what sounds like screams in that rubble, and you can hear the screams are being they sound like they're it sounds like someone's screaming while being choked. So that's
Just one or multiple?
No, multiple. I'm sorry. You hear multiple. So that's what you're hearing as you're swarming in through that in through the crevices. Sage, when you get down, the engineers are on their way, and the word go out. You sent out the word that the tracks were electrified, or was that that was Seraph?
That was
Seraph, right? So they're coming down and say, wait, don't go in there. It's like you can't go in there. You don't have. It's like unless that spandex bodysuit is insulated, you're gonna fucking die. So we got to get the power off, and that's a problem too, because we still have to move these. We still have to move this train that's in that tunnel.
As long as I don't make contact with the water or the railing or anything that's connected to the water, I'm okay, right?
Yeah, man, it's your funeral. It's like it's like apparently you're one of those kinds of super guys. So they're gonna try to work on getting that power shut off. They're on the rate one of the two is on the radio trying to get the power to the railing system.
What do I need to look? What do I need to look for in order to disable the power?
There is a junction box, but it's right in the center of that tunnel, and it may
Just show me how far off.
Okay, so they give you an approximate distance. They tell you exactly what to look for. Like, you know how these control rooms, they all have designations, numbers, and serial numbers on the outside of the doors. So he gives you that. He says, you sure you know what you're doing?
Do I need to know any codifications to get through the door? And do I need to know what to press or what to move in order to turn off the power?
He said, yeah,
it's turning it off.
It's not just a lever. It's this thing is complex. It's built for this entire system. Plus, it helps modulate the buildings above.
I'm gonna make it to that room, and you're gonna walk me through it. Okay, give me a few minutes, and in Spider-Man-like style, nimbly move my way over the entire hazardous area, so I could get to the other side of the train, so I could get to the door.
All right, so they see you do your little nimble strider flips as you go into the tunnel and say, "Do you believe this fucking asshole? He's gonna get us killed. He's gonna get killed." It's like that's what they do, man. Let's just get on the phone and get that fucking power turned off. If we can get it turned off remotely, he won't have to do that. We got to get those people out of there. They're basically bouncing off each other and semi-argument, trying to get this thing resolved. Okay, so
in the meantime, I'm getting there as quick as I can.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go to Morgan, Vona, and Id. You guys are at the safe house where the word came that the entire hospital was collapsed. So that was Agent Rivers when she was talking to Sage. This is a bit of a time jumping. So at the time that Sage had called her, she's like, "What? What are you talking about? The hospital? How did it?" And then she's like, just coordinate ops. She's talking to him, and then she turns to you guys. She's like, "Well, apparently those fucking monsters found a way to collapse the damn hospital. So we need to figure out. We need to. She's struggling to keep her thoughts in line. She's like, we need to get this place secure. See that what can you? She's like, she's looking at Morgan. She's like, what can you? She looks at you, Vona, and she's like, what can you do? It's like, obviously, you're here for a reason. I'm not gonna. At this point, I can't question anything. If you're with this crew, you've got to be some sort of a meta, or have abilities, or some sort of magic, or whatever you guys like to call it. So, what, if anything, can you do to help? Since you haven't left.
Well, I have.
That's not good
visions,
enough.
and,
Anyway, so no, it's just kidding.
I have visions. They can get us information that we might need, and I can do
So-
exorcisms. And by the way, the things that were chasing them when I picked them up, and I'm pointing to Morgan,
and Id.
were possessed.
So she said, yeah, we gathered that much. So
You need-
what you're saying is that you're just a really attractive magic 8-ball?
I guess so. I do know that if you
She's just looking
encounter
up like,
them-
oh my god.
I do know if you encounter them again, if you use rock salt in shotguns, it will slow them down a lot more efficiently than your bullets will.
But it won't kill them.
Nope, they take a lot more damage than a normal person would to kill,
Yeah, we know that
or
too.
an exorcism, or an exorcism will release the possessing entity.
So when you say exorcism, are we talking like the power of Christ will compel you type exorcism? We have to tie them down and then perform some sort of ritual? Because that's not going to help us right now.
I'm not
Well-
saying that which is not in my head.
Not sure how my presence here fits, but I do know I'm supposed to be here right now. And the names in my table, which got there through abnormal means, confirm it, because his name is one of them. And I'll point to Morgan again.
So what do you have to do? What does he have to do with any of this? As far as I can tell, he's just a snide English kid with a really messed up arm. It's like, does he do what you do? Can he do anything aside from make snide remarks?
And it seems to be pretty smart.
I also have a weapon that can kill them.
You're also unconscious.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I'm unconscious, so yeah. I'm saying it mentally.
Mhm.
My body twitches.
And it sounds like you're drunk because you're high,
Yeah.
passed out high.
That's what I'm talking about. Morphine.
You hear the thoughts are coming along.
And it's just, all right, and then she turns to you, Id. So, and you, Mentalo, what can you do? She goes. So obviously, the LAPD's got their hands full, but you're not necessarily a regular LAPD. So, do they have a meta-human division within the LAPD that they didn't divulge? Or are you it?
I'm pretty sure I'm it. No other metahumans that I know of.
God damn it.
You know none.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the LAPD tends to frown on metahumans.
She's like, and the nearest GSTF is in the nearest GSTF with a full team is in Kansas City. They won't be able to get here for another hour. She says, and they gave us an 8-hour ETA with a surgery with no complications, and it's been an hour, so we have 7 hours holed up in this place because we can't move her. So we need to. Okay. There's an army base 30 miles from here. I'm going to see if I can get either some National Guard troops or some people from that base to come provide assistance. So while I'm doing that, I need you all to just get. I need eyes on the roof. I need eyes on these. These guys have eyes on the limited amount of monitors that we have. If you talking to it's like if you can do something with the mental thing to give us a heads up, or you with the vision thing to give us a heads up, that would be greatly appreciated. She walks over to a table and pulls out 3 walkies, and she hands one to you, Id, and she tells you to get on channel 7. She's like, she's looking down at Morgan. She says, we're probably gonna need him too. So she's
on my chest with a wire.
We'll keep an eye out in the astral plane for any unseen foe or forces.
You've been feeling that dread for quite a while there, Vonally. That's what led you here. So that's not necessarily going to help you in this situation. You're already aware that this is coming.
Yeah, but if they come in to start trying to possess other people, I can give a.
No, I got what you're saying. I got your intent, but everything that led you to this point is because of that. So
Wait, did I chase off those shadow demons from before?
Your human side is thinking, yeah, I'm so tough I chased them away. But your pragmatic side is like, no, I didn't do that. It's like they left on their own.
I figured they were still lurking around somewhere.
They left on their own. They're still around here.
Down a coffee break.
This guy's drinking coffee at 10:30 at night. Jesus. Okay. So she gives you the walkie. She tells you to whoever's got the sharpest eyes get to the roof. She has 3 agents that she's keep that are armed. They have small arms. So it's they have issue Glocks. They have not small arms. You know what I'm talking about. I saw you, and and they're carrying. One is carrying a MAC-10. The other one's carrying an Uzi. They don't have long guns. This was a safe house that wasn't built for this. So they're trying to retrofit it as best as they can. Now, it says, okay, so she's looking at you, at Id and Abby. She's like, you're the cops. You position yourselves and these guys. And Gypsy Man over here, and for the sake of the plot, for the sake of plot armor, Morgan, you're coming too. You can still feel this pain, but you can hear them talking. As you were coming, as your consciousness was slowly coming back into focus, you can hear these. They're all standing and talking, and Rivers looks down. She's. You're awake. Good. We need you. Get up. She kicks you in your arm and you pass out again. I'm just kidding. So she says, I need for you. It's just like, she scooches down to like kneel, not kneel, but like,
down to help me up.
Yeah, she scooches down to help you up. She's like, okay, so you're basically the epicenter of all this shit show. I need you to tell me what exactly do you know that we can use to stop these things?
I have something. I'll put my hand in my pants. It's a weapon.
She looks at you. She's like, jokes. I'm surrounded by clowns.
Pull out the medallion.
All right. What's that? Is this some magic
Medallion.
charm? Is that the medallion you were telling us about from that witch doctor that got murdered?
Oh no! This is my father imbued into my body to hide it.
What?
When I touched the book, it created if you want to call it, a reaction that made my body expose the medallion from my body. And it's ready, from what I remember. It's meant to help save. I killed one of the creatures with it. one of those giant, muscular, discombobulated creatures.
With a medallion. What like? Is it like a crucifix type thing? Or you just
No, it turns into a chakra.
sure.
Should be on camera.
So
if you
she's
have
just
access
like,
to it. It's
sure.
Brian.
Well, like
So-
Xena?
It's like-
I'm not that old. What are you talking about?
she's doing exactly what I'm doing. Like, oh god. Okay. So aside from your magical medallion that turns into what a chakram?
I'm gonna play with the rune symbols,
Mm-hmm.
touching them in the different sequences till I can try to change it from what I remember the sequence
Mhm.
mathematically.
Yep, and it does. It reforms and it spans out into the ring. She's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
This one was in my body, and I hold it up.
Hmm.
She's looking at that, looking at you, looking at that, looking at you, like, sure.
That's why my arm is this way. I'm right-handed. He crushed my arm, trying to take it from me.
Okay. Well then, maybe you should stay in here, because you're still pretty banged up, and you don't have a healing factor this time. So, not having a healing factor sucks. And
Don't worry, I'll make.
it's like, I'll find a way.
Excuse
Was that a sneeze? Because I think you need to wipe down your microphone. That shit sounded moist. Now,
Oh, yeah, hairball.
Book it so I can try to cut it to stop all this.
cut what?
Just about that book.
So, well, the book's not here. We don't have it. It's still at headquarters. And as far as we know, headquarters is fucked. So there's a strong possibility that if they're able to find it, that they have it. So she's like, right, Brian? He's like, I'm fucking working. It's like, I'm trying to get it up. I'm trying to get my fucking access. It's like, it's like, how, they
Does someone need a blue pill?
fuck. He's just
Sounds
banging the table. He's I can't get in. He's like, I don't know how, but either the system's offline or they locked me out, but it's active. How is it active and he can't get in? He has the security clearance. Now, he can't figure it out. And the techs next to him, he's yelling at them because they can't help him to get in. They can't break the program. So there's
I'm gonna
something.
ask,
There
me
seems
over?
to be something that is preventing him from getting access to his server.
So I'm gonna ask if I can get some assistance that'll go over there and try to help him.
Okay.
If I'm
No.
wobbly,
Yeah, you're able to get your equilibrium relatively quickly. So.
I'll go and see if I can
So-
assist him.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do is to see if I can find or think of somebody, and I have an actual skill for that.
Okay.
To at least temporarily ward the headquarters building
Okay.
from the evil presences, so that we can get in there and get the.
And what skill is that?
Gypsy contacts.
That just says Gypsy. All right, so walk me through that again.
It's a flat base percentage, and I think that's adding an IQ bonus in there. It's not supposed to. No, that's the base. It's gypsies can call upon each other for help. It's the role is whether or not there's somebody that can actually help me with the problem at hand. It's got to be something that gypsies would have an idea of how to deal with, such as supernatural evil
Mm-hmm.
or the like.
Is there a range for this?
No, it doesn't have a range. It's just basically, do I know somebody?
Oh,
Who will
okay.
have
That may
an
have some
idea of how to
experience or
fix-
idea about it. Okay. All right. You had me like burp for a second. Okay, so there was. I'll give you this one. There was a woman that you remember. She was as when you were a boy. She was old. She was ancient when you were a boy, and when you, as a boy looking at this woman, you were like, "This woman is a mummy," but she was still vibrant, had no teeth. She was the head of her family. Um,
She gave good gummy.
Lucio.
okay, give me a sec here. That's not nice. You guys aren't nice.
So I'm gonna say I might know somebody who can get us in there safely.
Everybody okay? It got mad quiet.
Yeah, they're just waiting on me. I'm sorry.
Oh, oh,
Just waiting on me. I wasn't expecting this, so just give me a second.
Spanish Inquisition.
The Inquisition. Here we go.
Whoa. I bet that you just wish we'd go away.
It's my favorite movie of all times. Okay, so her name, as you remember it, was Lavinia Cancino. She dealt with dark magic, and would often. She was one of those women that would often try to scare children away from practicing dark magic, and would tell all kinds of tales of demons and shadows and creatures that exist beyond this world who hungrily try to come in, and they take children and they change them, and they eat them. They eat their bodies from within, and so that rings familiar to what you're dealing with now, but in her folksy way of telling it. So it wasn't exact. Now you know that she lives in Northern California, but she has extended family that live that are peppered throughout California. So you don't have a direct line to her, but her granddaughter, which is Marguerite Cancino. You remember her. She's her granddaughter. So there's what your skill resulted in. What you do with it, I leave to you.
So I'm gonna say I might know somebody who can help us get in there without significant.
Get in. So the agent's like, get in where? What are you talking about? Stop drinking water. Tell me.
Into your building.
So you know you say someone like you, like, I'm sorry, he says, like, I meant no offense, but you know of another gypsy that can get into a secured federal building, and so
right now the problem isn't the secured federal building; it's the things that are in there with it. They may be able to force them out for a time. It would be a temporary fix. That should be enough time for us to get in there, get what we need, and get out, or at least your people.
what's it going to cost us?
No
Says,
idea.
I know you people don't do anything for free, and that's not racist.
Well,
$10 at
I-
first, and we'll discuss the rest.
I'd need to make the calls. Probably not here since this is supposed to be secured.
Yes. It's like, yes. So one of the agents will escort you out and keep watch. Just be careful.
Okay. All right.
She says, "Wait, hold on," and she goes over to a case and opens it up. She's like, "This is one of two clean satellite phones." It's like, use this.
Okay. I'll take the phone.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you're heading out to do that. Morgan's helping Brian. Id.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing? So Abby's just like, dude, we should probably leave. It's okay for us to leave. They got this. She's only half kidding, but she's just like, she doesn't want to be here. You can tell that much. You already knew. You've known it for a while now.
I mean, I know you don't want to be here, but this is probably the safest place for you.
She's like, no. I disagree. I disagree completely. His arm's fucked. This place is fucked. They just blew up a fucking hospital. This isn't like a Batman movie. This is real shit.
Who you telling? Look,
I'm telling you, asshole.
look, I still don't have the book, and your life is still in danger until I
Fucking
do.
book. Why don't we just go to the library and give them a book? They won't know the difference, right?
They want that specific book. It's magic or some shit.
Damn it. God damn it. So they're saying she pulls you to the side and you know, like trying to be out of earshot as these guys are talking. And she's like, so why don't we just go into their building and get it? See, it's gotta be completely, you know, like if they don't have it, we can go in there. So they can't even get into the security system.
I look back
she's
over my
like,
shoulder. So you
I
think
could
we
shoot
should
that.
break into
is
the
that-
JTF
So she's-
and get this book ourselves?
It's like, can't you just like do that Casper ghost thing that you did?
I'm pretty sure they have some countermeasures.
You're pretty sure they have countermeasures. What kind of pussy are you? We need to get this done. You think they're gonna just give it to you? I'm pretty sure that they don't trust us. I got that feeling.
They have every right not to trust us. Besides, even if I do give them the book, I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill us anyway.
Okay, so then what?
I need a plan, a contingency, and for that, I need this woman to wake up.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if she even survives this shit. But if you say
She
so.
survived so far.
It's like this. She's like, fuck. All right, well, I'm gonna find some liquor. There's got to be a beer in this fucking place, and do your thing, whatever you got to do. So she's like takes out her gun, takes out her clip, puts that back in. Why do you guys keep switching around? It's kind of annoying. But anyway, so she's just like, this needs to end.
I know. One way or the other, it's coming to a head. It's going to end. Hopefully, with us on the winning side.
Why are you raising your hand, sir?
What did it see?
Oh, that's why you moved. All right. Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else, what I'm going to do is I want to do this quicker because it seems to be dragging. Now we go back to Patch. Patch, you're homing in on where the safe house is.
Uh-huh.
And as you're getting closer to it, your detector is going off, but it isn't pinpointing.
It's
Meaning
not?
It's not pinpointing anything. So it's registering that there is that energy in the area as you're getting closer to the safe house location. And because you're moving, you're assuming you're driving your car at a rate of speed that would get you there as quick as possible without breaking the sound barrier. That's also hampering your instrument's ability to hone in on to triangulate the signal. That's the word. That's the phrase I was looking.
Okay, sensing tracks. All right, so when it seems to be uncomfortably strong,
Mm-hmm.
I will slow the car down and see if I can start tracking it.
Okay. The issue with your with your instrumentation, it has a limited range to begin with. So what you're picking up as you're able to work with your instrumentation plus using your ability, it seems to be ambient. So
Ambient,
yeah,
but this area is supernatural.
there's something that is in the air that's changing. It's basically charging the air, getting close to this safe house.
All right, so I'm gonna continue towards the safe house, looking around, trying to see if I can find it.
So
My range, this is stuck at level 4, is 400 feet.
Okay, so
This is a
yeah,
chance.
so it's still a limited. It's 400 feet, but it's still limited in the scope.
That's track. It says sense and track. Okay, so the sensing one is 50 feet plus 30 feet per level.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
four,
what's
3, 6,
110?
120, 170.
Okay.
The sense and track supernatural. What the
Okay.
heck was the other one? Oh, that's abnormal energy trail. What's the one before? And then I got, what's this?
So
This was
the
100 feet per
abnormal is the 400 feet.
It's sense of use. So sense of use and track abnormal energy trail
Mm-hmm.
are both 400 feet.
Okay.
While sense and track supernatural itself, with good, evil, demon lord, whatnot, that one is 170 feet.
All right. And you did tell me that you were setting them so that they can be actively scanning, which is the only reason why this is pinging. It's showing up on your instrumentation. Now I'm gonna give you one roll for perception. Please make it.
Perception, character, perception. I got an 18.
All right. When you stop the car, you had stopped the car. You said, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you stop the car and you're using your instrumentation. It's still registering as ambient, and you just so happen to look up, and there is the lights of the city. The street lights are illuminating certain parts. There are there's as a plane had passed by, because you're near the airport, you see there's a cloud that's moving in a direction that's opposed to the direction of the other elements. So the clouds are moving from east to west. This one is moving in the opposite direction. It's heading in the direction that you're heading towards.
A cloud.
And by cloud, I mean just it's like not a nimbus, but it's spread out. I don't know what they're called. I could look it up.
I understand.
But you know what I'm talking about.
So seeing that, what's around me?
It's a sort of a cirrus type of cloud. So it's just spread. It's not residential. This area is a residential area, and it's single family houses. It's not wealthy, but it's sort of middle class. Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to start shit here. I'm gonna try and get ahead of it.
Okay. as it passes over as it passes closer to certain structures, because it's low hanging. That's the other thing that gave it away. So it's low hanging. It's lower than the atmosphere where the clouds are. The actual clouds are in the atmosphere. So as it passes over certain structures, like there was a cell tower that was near it. And you know how the cell towers have that flashing red light.
Right.
That one, it flickers, and then you can see it flashes, and then it's completely gone. It's completely dead. That light at the top of that tower as they pass.
turned out?
As it passes by.
What the fuck? Shit. All right. So I'm gonna keep. Like I said, I'm gonna try and get ahead of it if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Who's supposed to be at this?
It's moving at a pace that if you push the car, you can get ahead of it.
So that's what I'm gonna do then. Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah. All of this stuff that I give you is what your character would know. You'd be able to calculate that relatively easy, based on its speed, and you know that the speed of the car can get you that. Even a regular sedan, you'll be able to get in front of it. So it's almost like a stalking pattern. So it's not. It has no sense. It doesn't move with a sense of urgency, but it is moving in that direction.
So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try and contact Sage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only person I can think of right now that'd be part of being that where they're at.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and contact Sage.
There's no cell signal.
There's no cell signal because the tower just went out because the thing took it out. Sat phone.
You're an idiot. I just saw Morgan's face. He's so stupid. He did that laugh. You have a sat phone. That's right. So, Sage, you get a call from an unregistered number or unlisted, unknown number.
Hello? As I'm doing flips.
There's a supernatural entity heading towards your safe house. I'm trying to get ahead of it.
There's probably multiple supernatural entities heading over there.
Okay, but the one I'm looking at right now, I'm trying to get ahead of it, and you need to warn them.
Okay. Well, so patch me through. I'll give you the number. 551231234.
So I patch him through, and I call him.
That's funny. He just did the Hollywood 555 555
Yeah.
55 55. Okay. Actually, 551 is a Jersey area code. So what are you calling Jersey? I don't understand.
It was New York as a
What
6.
number, dumbass?
But
I
anyway,
thought Jersey was gone. He nuked it, didn't he?
right? No, he did.
Yeah,
nuke
it is
it.
nuke.
He did. Nuke.
Only Jersey City.
Oh,
Oh, all of Jersey.
All of Jersey.
Dude, it was 5 blocks. Not all.
All of Jersey. damn it,
Anyway.
all of it died.
So who are you calling?
Damn it. Give me a second. Agent Rivers.
All right. I was gonna get the Jeopardy sound ready for you. So the phone rings a couple of times, and Laura Rivers. Who is this?
Agent Rivers, this is Agent Sage. Get yourself prepared. You've got incoming.
Shit.
I don't know how much time you have,
Saying ETA.
but there's definitely incoming bogeys coming at you.
You know
how much time do they have? Do I know?
You estimate about 20 minutes.
I tell them 20 minutes. You guys got 20 minutes before the target I'm following gets to your position.
Mr. Acosta's the one
she's like,
assisting with
she's
the
like
vote.
Dr.
The reason why
Acosta.
it's unknown.
That's what she sees, like Dr. Acosta. You're on. How are you on this line?
He's the one relaying it through a sat, I guess through a sat phone.
It's like why? It's like, oh,
I'm
okay.
in the tunnel right now assisting the ESU in order to cut off the power so they can move the train. So I'm actually in the middle of trying to keep from getting electrocuted.
Oh. Okay. Well, fucking do that.
I am.
Dr. Acosta. Do you know how many?
All I see is one. I'm following it, trying to get to a point where I can engage.
Like,
It's over residential area right now.
you know our location? Shit, if you know our
Roughly.
location, then everybody fucking knows. God damn it. She's like, all right, well, get here as quickly as you can. So, you have that armor? So you're going to need it. From what I understand of what they can do. She doesn't even know you were at the hospital. That's why she's saying it.
Trump.
That's not armor. That's armor of ignorance. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So since
no,
he's
that's what
on
I'm
the
saying.
she's on the line, I'm like, wait a minute. You are 20 minutes out from the safe house? I just left you in the tunnel.
Isn't tech beautiful? Hang on.
He's like, wait a minute. I just left you in the tunnel. Okay.
I'm like,
is it tech beautiful? Click.
I just gotta say.
that was good. That was good, though.
Dun dun
It's just
dun. That would have been better for that one.
Too busy trying to avoid electrocution. Okay.
I'm gonna try and get Sarah and tell him what's going on.
Okay.
Updated.
You're able to do that with the sat phone, and you update him to his situation. No, actually, you don't, because he is in swarm form and he is inside the building, so you're unable to reach him.
Go straight to voicemail.
Like this. This is Saraf. I am
Half
a
man.
I
And
am
I
an-
leave him the voicemail.
I
the
am an
information that
artificial
they just got
being,
now.
and
Please leave a message after the tone.
That's funny.
When
It's
you
that
finish recording, hang the fuck up, bitch.
he's still rocking the AOL. You got
So how much
mail.
longer before I get to this damn
All
control
right,
panel?
just give me a second.
You got
So,
mail.
pushing the car, you can see the safe house. It's situated between not two lots, but two. It's in the middle of two single-family homes where their yards basically put it in the middle of it. You know
Are
what I'm saying?
those homes empty?
The home to the right has a porch light on, because remember it's roughly 12:30 at night, or 12:30 a.m. and the other home has lights on.
As a what? I didn't hear that.
The other home to the left of the building, as you pull up, has no lights on. There are 6 houses on this block. So they each have a fairly decent sized plot of land to varying degrees of health, and it's a two-way street, but it's only big enough for, there's no parking on the street. I'm giving you more detail than you need, but I'm just trying to paint a picture. On the other side, there are 4 homes, and there's one porch light on directly across the street from the safe house. You can see lights on at the top floor of the 3rd floor of this building as you get there.
Crap. That's a lot of civilians. When I get to the area, I'll call her again.
Okay, Angel, she picks up. Agent Rivers.
Agent Rivers, it's Dr. Acosta. I'm outside. I'm not sure which structure is yours.
She's like, you really can't miss it. We're the only three level building. This used to be a safe, what do you call it, a halfway house that we were able to commandeer. But that's more detail than you needed. I'm gonna give you. He says, here's the code to get into the building. She gives you the code. It's just, I hope.
Plus, you see a Winnebago outside.
Oh, that's right. And you see a giant Winnebago that's right outside.
The bango.
With his face on it. That what was I looking at that movie with Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey and the magician one
Oh,
with Steve Carell and him and Jim Carrey. He's just like
Oh.
palm readings. But
I tell her.
Anyway.
I ask her, are all these homes inhabited?
so she says no. There's the houses to the left and the right are fronts, but they're not fortified, so we're not using them.
All right, that's good to know because this thing is going to be here soon.
Okay, it's just like, well, get up here. It's if there's anything you can do to help us, that would be Greatly appreciated.
So,
It's like, and what do you know about gypsies?
um, hide your wallet
You
and your daughters.
so you can as you get out of your car and you're going towards it, you can see one of the agents. You know, he was in his earpiece to and nods to you. Otherwise, he would have mowed you down. And then you can see this young. He looks like he's 15, long hair. You know, he's got a pinky ring on. I'm taking some liberties, but in any event, the owner of the Winnebago, he's on the phone talking as you pass by to get inside the building. Okay. So, Seraph,
Doing that,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I take my rifle
Okay,
and I start loading it, make sure it's checked, and I'm checking my gun as I go inside. And
gotcha. Seraph, you enter into the structure, and what exactly are you trying to do as you enter the structure? So I can have a better idea of how this is going to go.
Locate the survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm mapping out where they are,
Mm-hmm.
and also gauging the depth of the rubble into to the tunnel and see if I can figure out how long the structural integrity will hold, because these people have to be gotten out, and there's no way I'm going to pull this off by myself.
Okay. Going through the structure again, like I said, you can hear the screams, of the varying volumes, of varying decibel levels, and they start as you start maneuvering through the crevices. You get to the first pocket where there is a man who is unconscious. He has a severe concussion, but otherwise he's stable. He's in a section where there's a support column he's directly underneath, but not pinned. So that's the first one that you find. The sounds are getting once you get into this pocket of air. You're also able to determine that he doesn't have but an hour's worth of air, and the only reason why he has that much is because he's unconscious and he's not hyperventilated.
Right.
Okay, so the sounds and the screams are directly above you.
Okay, I make my way up there.
Okay, after traveling through at least 3 tons of debris, you get to this section where, as you're coming into this, as you're getting closer to it, your radiation detector is detecting that radiation from before.
Oh.
So this is just before you get into that pocket. You're able to determine using your instrumentation that there is a larger pocket of space, and your thermals showed you at least a half dozen heat signatures, but one of them goes from red to blue, and then another one is starting to go from red to blue, and then they're all starting to shift from red to blue.
I am going into that pocket. What can I see?
Okay, so
on night vision.
As you get
Because obviously there's no light.
Yes, as you get into that pocket and you adjust your optics, it's something out of one of the horror movies that you've been watching, where in the center of this room, it's sort of it's not a dome, not necessarily dome shaped, but it does have that particular height. The structure is similar, so it's not a perfect dome, but you get my meaning. At the center, it's about from once you enter it in, you're able to determine that it's about 12 feet in height. At the highest point in that ceiling, there's what looks like this amalgam of bodies as this darkness. Now you're using your night vision, but you can't penetrate the darkness that's in this. That the humans that were as you come into the room, they were spread around the room and like trying to get away. You can see these tendrils. They had pierced their bodies and they're pulling them into this thing, and it's growing, almost like making some sort of chimera.
Oh no, no! This is one of the things that was mentioned, right?
Correct.
Okay.
As this thing is growing, you can see it's expanding. It's already expanded to the point where it's taking on a bipedal shape, and it's starting to push against the rubble.
I immediately take solid form.
Mm-hmm.
If it's taking bipedal shape, is it forming a head?
That's the last part of it that's forming.
All right. Well, actually, I'm going to aim center mass.
Okay.
Laser cannon.
Okay. Make it roll.
Okay. That's a +1.
On my shoulder.
All right. What's the damage for that?
5d6.
Okay.
You want me to roll?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I should just roll by default. Whether it hits or not is totally your storytelling element.
Yeah. Totally. It's easier. It's easier to resolve it, even if you miss. It could just easily be disregarded. All right.
Oh, ignore the +1.
All right.
You add it, please.
Right. It's like, no, let's just keep it in there. So you aim, you fire, and it hits it and penetrates it, but the thing doesn't move. It finally forms its head, and it's pushing against this as it's pushing against it, like it's almost crouched down, and it's using it's one of its biceps and forearms to push against the ceiling of it. When you shoot it, the eyes look down at it, and then it does a quick sweep to where it sees you, because you had taken your physical form, and it reaches up into the ceiling and punches it. You can see it just starts pulling. It's going to use the part of the ceiling that's just directly above you to pull it all that rubble down on top of you. So I'm going to
discorporate.
Yeah.
Back to swarm form.
So we're going to roll an initiative to determine which goes first.
By all means.
Okay.
Kill it.
Wait, don't I have my caveat? I did this a while back. So I'll just do this.
I don't know who just dropped. But,
Any day now. Come
course it
on.
was Adolfo.
You can do it. Oh wait, this sheet doesn't do anything. It just looks pretty. I forgot.
It does, but it adds an 80. It adds plus 80 for some reason. I don't know why he did that. Whoever designed it. Okay. Let's roll again. What's your armor rating?
15.
Okay. So reaches up and grabs a section of a chunk of all that rubble and pulls it down on top of you.
Can I dodge?
You can attempt to dodge, yes.
+2. But I do not.
But you do not. So shooting it and not expecting that type of retaliation, you're unable to effectively change into your swarm form as this thing just piles down on top of you.
Okay.
I'm going to make I'm going to do 1d4. It's going to be 1d4 times 10. I have the whole thing with the weight and all that shit, but I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to just do a basic. I think this is the way to do it. Okay. So 30 points. This comes down on top of you. As it does that, well, you're not able to use your any sensory equipment because of the impact. You can transform into your swarm form, obviously, but there's tons of now there's all this weight on top of you. What
turning into swarm form will simply just have it collapse down.
Right.
But my next goal at this point is that there's an unconscious person under me that I have to get to.
Correct. Well, I'm agreeing with you. All right, hold on. Let me get Adolfo back in here. No, you can tell me what you're doing. I'm just.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to go and get that guy because it's just getting him out from this. Because if I don't, he's gonna die.
Okay. You come down. You discorporate and you go back down into that space. You can see the the trails of dust as the support column is cracking under the additional weight as it's coming down. So the question is, what are you doing to get him out?
All right. What was the distance from when I went in to getting to this guy?
About 25 feet.
25 feet?
Mm-hmm. From the tunnel.
I will instead use the laser rod in the capacity of a drill. So it's just going to it follows standard auto weapon fire rules. And I'm going to shoot down to get hit. Wait a minute, there's water down there, right?
Yes.
All the way?
No.
Okay.
Wait. What? All right. Let me backtrack. What do you mean what do you mean by all the way?
Is the tunnel fully submerged at the point that I went in?
No.
So there's enough space because I would know that it's electrified.
Yes.
I went through it. So is there enough space for me to get him out safely?
There's a slim margin of success, but you would have to try it.
It would be better than him dying in here getting crushed and not even knowing it,
right?
Or trying to travel up into that mass. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have to get him out of here as fast as possible. So I would use the laser rod in continual fire mode, literally drilling a hole down.
Okay.
To get this individual out.
Okie doke. Okay. So doing that is only partially successful in that you drill down the hole. I'm going to have you make a contested roll of your using your speed as a bonus, because as you're drilling down, you're weakening the support for the column that's keeping the ceiling above him from collapsing in completely. Considering the additional weight, it's just pushing down. As you drill down, you're weakening the floor where the column is, so it's naturally going to follow in that pattern where the additional weight is just going to collapse down into it. So I'm going to make a D100 roll, and you have to roll under it using your speed as a bonus.
Okay. Wait, as a bonus, so it'll be -10?
Is that your speed?
Yes, 10.
Okay, so it would be I believe it. Yeah, it would subtract 10 from the roll. Okay, so under an 81. When you get down, you're able to push. You punch through and pull the man through just as the entire structure collapses in. Now, the byproduct of that, and this is going to affect. This will affect you as well, Sage. as you're flipping through, you pass through the tunnel. You can hear a huge crash followed by what sounded like a pulse of it sounded like a pulse of electricity, like a welding torch. From behind you. You naturally turn to where the sound is because it's not following the usual cacophony. I think I said that right.
Cacophony? Yeah.
Cacophony. And to see to look at the origin of that sound, you see that laser penetrate the ceiling to the ground, and this man comes through, and it looks like he's surrounded by a cloud, and it's a familiar sight for you, but you've never really witnessed the swarm form. Plus, it's still the lighting and
Yes, I did once.
Did you?
Yes, I did once at the cafe.
Okay, so
The barista.
that familiar. As a matter of fact, you're right. That familiar that cloud is carrying. It looks like it's carrying a person as it comes through. The as he clears the site from where the hole is, he in essence opened it up even more. So from the time he moves, and you had already moved past it, it collapsed 2/3 of that tunnel.
So now it's totally caved in.
2/3, yeah. There's only a small section at the top left from your position to get to the other side. But
Okay. My only question is, how far was it from when I started moving towards this room?
again,
'Cause, I mean,
this is
it's taking me really that.
it's not that it's taking you that long. It's just that he had made his move towards that. He made his move into that pocket well before you declared your action to go to the panel. So I'm looking at it from a timing standpoint. He went in. You had given your orders. You had given orders to the engineers to do what they could on their end, and to the ESU when you extracted Blackout, and then you started moving into the tunnel. He was already in doing all of this. Timing wise, it's not simultaneous, but because you had made it past, but you're able. It's not a curved tunnel. It's a straight track, so you're able to see this. You know what I mean? It's a line of sight thing, but the door. To get to that door, it doesn't take you any more than a couple more seconds after the tunnel had collapsed. You can, it's marked as you were told, but it's locked, obviously.
I will get in.
Assuming you're breaking down the door because you don't have.
Well, they put in the code that they gave me.
Okay, all right.
Is it locked electronically or is it locked? Likely.
It's locked. It's not electronic. The code was to get into the system.
All right, so just pull the door.
Okay.
Should have enough time to pull it off.
Yeah.
Pull it free.
Yeah, that's all minutia, but it's not electronically locked on the outside. It's not that advanced. But
The door has supernatural strength.
right. It's warded from angels. Now, you getting into the panel. The panel room itself is relatively modernized, so you can see it. There is an instrumentation panel, a Windows style PC that's there. You can see the actual panel lines. It's sort of like if you've ever seen a fire marshal's box in a commercial building. You know, you'd have to open it up. You can see all the dials and gauges. To the right is where the computer is, and there's the panel there. The grid itself is not just for the train tunnel, but it's for the building for the office building above.
Okay. So go exactly what he told me. Put in the code. Get on the radio. Have them walk me through it.
Okay. It takes them a couple of minutes to get through. not to get through, but they walk you through it, and you're able to disconnect the rail line. You can hear it. There was like a buzzing, you know, that when you go into one of those rooms, you can hear that steady buzz, like, signifying that the line is dead. You can see a flashing orange light to indicate that there's no power.
All right, so I let them know all the things that I'm seeing, all the bells and whistles I hear, so that way they could tell me what's right, what's wrong, you know, if something went horrible, whatever.
So they tell you, all right,
once
so
I know that
I'm sorry, go ahead.
once I know that the electricity is disengaged, start putting the people into the transport, that train,
Okay.
and literally push that whole car back to the other end, to the other platform, because this one's cut off.
Okay, so when you say push, I'm trying to understand, do you have supernatural strength? Because a train car itself is like 90 tons.
But I assume I can push on wheels.
A train car is 4 tons. The entire line is usually like 40 tons.
Yeah, because one train.
Is it just a couple of cars, or how far?
No. We're talking at least 5 linked cars.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do that.
That was your plan, to push a train car? I'm just
No, I'm saying I'm put the people back in.
okay.
I mean, I probably have the strength to push it, but if it's like electronically locked, or if there's some type of fail-safe mechanism,
yes.
I'm not able to do that.
Yeah.
Now, with turning off the power, wouldn't the fail-safes turn off also?
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't disengage. No.
There's no power running through them though. So how would they maintain?
No, it's sort of like an e-brake. It doesn't matter if there's power. The brakes are locked. It's not free flow. It's not going to move.
So those would have to be removed manually.
Yes.
Okay. So radio back and ask them, how do I manually remove the brakes from these cars?
Okay, so there's a momentary pause, and then it's like, wait, what are you talking about? Wow.
From the train cars.
It's like, how are you going to even move it?
Well, we'll find out if I'm strong enough.
So the person on the other line doesn't necessarily lift his thumb from the thing. He's just like, is this guy fucking for real? It's like, okay, yeah. So he tells you where the manual release is for the train. You can see that there are at least 20 passengers scattered throughout the four cars. There's a lot of cell phone, you can see the cell phone lights as people are you can hear people panicking on the inside. It's like, is this an earthquake, or what's going on? They heard the collapse of the tunnel from behind. So there's a lot of there's a lot of panic that's setting in to the people that are inside that train as you're moving along. Now, which one are you going to disengage? Like, how are you doing this? By the way, do you have that kind of strength?
37. I can do with 2.5, 3 tons, I think.
Okay. Hold on for a second.
And what I'm going to ask also, I'm going to ask the engineer, how do I decouple them? Is that possible?
Yes, it is. And there's a manual decoupling that they're able to walk you through.
So this is what I'm going to do. Starting from the last car, right? If there's any bodies or anything like that around that I can put into that car, I'm going to put them in that car. I'm going to manually release the brake, manually uncouple it, and then I should have enough strength to move that one car to the other end. Come back, do the same thing to the next car, and keep repeating the process till I get all to the next side.
Okay.
because I don't know where. As I'm doing this, I'm gonna radio for Mr. Acosta. Mr. Acosta, you still on the line?
I think he's knocked out.
Oh, but you said I got no connection over the lines.
No, you were asleep. So
Nah, he's not calling him. He's calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he thinks I'm Patch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Acosta, he's still on the line.
yeah,
Am I hearing this?
you are hearing this. Yes.
I am here.
Is there a possibility you could assist me with moving these cars? I'm going to attempt to move them one by one to the next platform to get them out of harm's way. There's still people in the cars.
Are they conscious?
Some are, some aren't.
Have the
Most of-
conscious. Have the
Or to move all
conscious.
these bodies.
Have the conscious ones move the unconscious ones to the first car. I will be there shortly.
All right, so good idea. So I'll go through the cars to see which ones are unconscious and need medical attention the most, and start asking for help to move them to the first car.
Okay, I just want
To the front.
I'm going to tell you this because your character's going to know it. And I'm looking this up right now. A standard train car is 42.6 tons.
Okay. But again, I'm not lifting or carrying it. I'm just gonna push it on the train, on the railing.
And you can only move two
Strongman
of
can
them.
pull a trailer. I mean, if Strongman can pull a tractor trailer, I should have enough strength to push it.
Okay, all
Or
right,
pull it.
all right. Just, okay. We'll suspend disbelief on this one.
Come on, man, we're being heroic.
I am, like I said, we'll do a rule of cool. Now, as you're getting that ready, we're coming back to the you three. What's her name? Agent Rivers. She hangs up the phone. You can hear her saying her version of her conversation with Patch, and she's like, "All right, we have incoming. Everyone, get ready." So she's she says I need you to id. She's like, whatever mind things you can do, just get ready. It's just like, we don't know how many there are that are on their way, but there is. But Dr. Acosta says that there is one that's definitely found. That's definitely en route, and will be here in 20 minutes. So the two agents, they have their guns. They're making sure that their weapons are ready to go. And she walks over to you. What do you call it? I'm not looking at your character name.
Me?
She walks over to Morgan, and she's like, "Okay, are you gonna be able to fight with that thing? Whatever that is." You're muted.
Sure.
He says sure. All right.
Like, of course. I'm still here, superior than most people here. With one arm.
She's like, she's like, "Oh, he's back."
I'm going to use my acupuncture skill. I'm going to strike at the points to numb my arm. So if it flails, it won't hurt.
It's like, "Oh, he's back. Guess who's back?"
Dude, don't you have the natural genius skill to do that?
No, I'm not you.
He did not take those skills. He is
Yeah, it's like, yo,
he is skillless. Sorry. He is a dead parrot. This parrot
Magically
ceased to
basic.
be. He's magically made basic. Okay.
And then I have assistants that tie that weapon in my wrist on my good hand, so in case I need to fight.
Wait, I don't say that again.
The medallion, I'm going to see about having it tied to my good hand, so in case I need to fight.
And
He's gonna
tied.
tie a chakram instead of throw it.
It's just tied. How? I'm trying to understand what you're saying here.
want to have someone give me their fucking shoelace and tie the shit to my fucking wrist.
Okay.
So when it changes back after, if I kill it and it changes back, I'll still have it.
So you have it in your hand, and you want to just rope it around your wrist from both sides of your hand, right?
So
if you have it in your hand right here,
So-
I don't know if you can see me. So if it's in your hand here, you want it tied around your wrist.
no,
It's a ring,
back.
right? So
Yeah.
you want it tied here and then around your wrist and tied on the other side? Oh, to the back of your hand.
so that way if it does change, it won't take my fingers. When it goes back, it will get its medallion form.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this that your character would know, that's impractical because you won't be able to control if it hits, it's going to twist downwards. There's no way to secure it to your hand because the
I'm
blade.
saying as a loose, so like a tether. That's what I'm trying to say. Have a tether, so in case it does get knocked out or anything,
Okay.
I can still try to grip it.
Because I was really struggling with the way you would with the way you were describing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tether it to your arm.
So what
okay,
you're
so
saying is you're gonna do
am
it
I
cowboy
crazy?
style, go,
Am I the
woo,
only
woo,
one that
woo,
didn't?
woo.
Am I the only one that imagined it the way he described it?
No, you.
No,
Yeah,
my
I
brain
pictured-
hurt. I didn't
I
bother.
pictured him securing it to the back of his hand and like punching them with it.
But yeah, like some. Okay, all right, okay.
Yep, that's
That
what I
real-
saw too.
That hurt my brain. So, you do that.
How long you know this guy for?
Right. Long time. Now,
I've been way worse.
All our life,
yeah. And, Id,
40 years.
what, if anything, are you doing?
Damn, 40 years.
That is
And I'm gonna help-
disgusting.
Brian, get into the system. That's what I rolled them rolls earlier in case you wanted me to roll.
Okay. Yes, and I saw those. So once she had made that announcement, but you're able to help him to patch in, and he's like, "Fuck, what is that?" And you're looking, and you can see the pattern that he can't. There's a pattern in that programming that suggests that it's evolving against your counter programming. So it could be an AI or a really advanced software that's moving that is just preventing you from penetrating a defense that it had set up. So he patches in. He's just like, I got to see where this fucking thing. He's like, all right, and he's navigating through. He's like, there, and the cameras in the vault room where they have the book are still active. Right outside the vault room, there are 3 of those creatures trying to break into it. They're having trouble, you can't see how it is that they can't bash through it, considering all the damage they were doing. And they're hitting this, and by a vault room, it's a literal vault room, like the round vault door. So they're hitting it, and they can't get through to it. So he's like, "That's really well made. What the fuck?" It's good news and bad news, Lara. The good news, I got into the system. Bad news is that they're breaking into the fucking vault to get that book. Okay, so she's trying to. She just, like one of those, fuck, what now, types of just. All right, is there anything that we can do remotely to stop them? It's like, are you fucking serious? It took Doogie Howser like 10 minutes to get into the system as it is, and it looks like and then again you see the feed gets cut off, and then the screen goes black, and then it comes up blue, and then you can see the word it like slowly scrolls across the monitor. It says, "I found you." And then it goes black. He's like, oh, shit. Did you secure the line? Did you secure the connection? I don't think I did. He's looking at you, Morgan. He's like, did you secure the connection when you were trying to get in?
I helped you get in. I didn't think of anything else.
Oh, shit. Bad
we should
news,
get
good
down.
news. He's like, bad news, Laura.
We need to get out of here now.
This is right around the time when she gets the call that they're on their way. So again, we're doing some time jumps here.
I'm gonna call Vaughn. Can you drive us somewhere with your Winnebago?
Well, he's on the phone, so I'm going to go to Vaughn. I'm going to go to Vona now. Actually, as this is all coming to fruition, then Patch comes into the. He's like, they're on their way. He's like, we know, they found us. And Vona, you're on the phone with Marguerite Cancino. She picks up, and we're going to have a little bit of a dialogue here so that you're going to have to work this.
Yeah.
And you may have to make MA rolls, depending on how you play this out. So she picks up the phone that you can hear, hello? Hello?
Yeah, Marguerite.
Yes. Who is this?
This is Vona.
Vona. I don't think I know Vona. Vona who?
Lee.
Oh no, you. Vona me.
Vona Lee. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember you. How long's it been? A couple years? What's up? I just like, how'd you get my number? I don't remember giving it to you. Stalker. Click. No. No, so she's just like, how did you get my number?
From
It's
the
like,
clan.
what is all that noise? Are you stretching? Are you farting? What's happening right now? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, from the clan. You remember those stories your grandmother used to tell
What are you
about
talking?
the things that would eat you from the inside?
What are you talking about? My grandmother. Say, wait a minute. Those campfire stories she used to tell us? Yeah, I remember them. Why? Why are you asking?
Because we're having to deal with some of them right now.
Come again?
There's some of them. They've taken possession of some people, and they're trying to get at an important book.
It's like,
It's apparently a
What?
very powerful book, and we need to make sure they don't get it.
it's like, okay, so, what? I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about. It's like, you haven't even spoken to you in forever, and this is how you want to call me? I mean, what are you talking about?
I needed to know if you.
I'm just
have
imagining
any-
talking to my ex-wife. This is how my ex-wife would talk to you. So go ahead.
Okay.
No, it's just like I don't what. It's like, look, I don't really have time for prank calls, Vona. I mean, you're talking about my grandmother and old ghost stories, and now you're saying you're. So why are you even calling me?
Because I was wondering if she might have left any information on ways to deal with these things. We're hoping to be able to clear them out of the building that we need to get into, at least temporarily, so we can get that book and get out of there.
Huh? Why would she give me information that would help you now? Like she told us that when we were kids. It's like, look, you are you on something? Is this one of those? See, are you drunk dialing me? You're drunk dialing me, right?
Nope.
You're not
This
with
is
Cameron
serious.
making a drunk dial. Is Cameron there? Put Cameron on the phone.
As far as I know, there's nobody named Cameron here.
Okay, so my boyfriend isn't sitting right next to you laughing his ass off with these stupid calls.
Nope.
So you're being serious right now?
I'm afraid so.
It's
It's about as serious as it gets.
like, I don't think you're very good at this. No, I'm just he's like, I don't. It's like what the hell can I do? It's like you're talking about my grandmother. I mean, why don't you ask her? If you're serious, like everything in her voice it belies a complete disbelief and disregard in everything you're telling her up to this point because you're not being very convincing.
Is she still around?
So, yeah, she's I mean, she's like that's relatively speaking, but she's still kicking. She's 110.
Wow. That's impressive.
I mean, look, I really don't feel good with this conversation, but if you're being serious and fucking Roma men, I don't understand. See, this is why I date white guys. They don't give me any of this bullshit. See, look, I'm gonna. You have a pen and paper? I can give you. The number where she is.
Okay.
She's my. She says my cousin. She's my aunt. My aunt Vola. My aunt Vola is taking care of her. So it's really late though. I don't know that this is a good time to call her.
If it wasn't important, I wouldn't even be bothering you with it.
All right, I'm gonna need you to make an MA roll. What is your MA? Is it straight
11.
up garbage because nobody pays attention to MA?
It's 11.
Okay.
It's a straight roll. Nailed it.
So she's like, all right, look, I'm gonna give you the number, but you didn't get it from me, okay? I don't need that old lady trying to curse me. So she gives you the number. You call.
Dinner.
You right, exactly. Thinner. No, she does that drag me to hell and breathes her death breath on the button. Now, you call the number, it rings at least 5-6 times, and then you hear, hello.
Yes.
This is Harvey Weinstein.
I did
Is
not
Lavina
kill
there?
myself. It's like, who is this? The voice
This
is
is-
feminine, but it's an old masculine sound. He's
Okay.
like, who is
Yeah,
this?
yeah. This is Vona Lee.
Fona Lee. Hold on. You wait a few moments, and she comes to the phone. She's like, who is your father?
Give her my father's name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll kill him now.
And she says, you call about she says you call about the monster, do you not?
Yes, I do.
Hold on. Oh,
Click.
right, click. Don't call. It's like the number you have dialed has been disconnected. Go fuck yourself. Another voice comes on the phone. Like,
Cheap ass government phones.
right. It's like, it's about time you called me. I foreseen this. You have the sight too, young man. But you do not use it wisely. You spend your time drinking and robbing poor old women. Womanizing. I see all of this. You waste your talent. Now you want to play hero. with the white man. I curse you. Go by. No.
They give you the evil eye, but evil Eve, you're on the phone.
So she says, that which you fight has no moral, no conscience, but they have a code. They make a deal and honor it. You must make a deal and honor it. But the price to pay is high.
How high?
You will have to trade something you do not wish to trade. And they will accept nothing less. The soul of an innocent.
That would probably push them closer to their goals, and in the end, wouldn't it?
Why are you saying such fancy words? You know of what I speak.
Do you know of no way to banish them for a time?
Their power does not originate from our magic. We can repel, but they will return stronger. They are hunters. They are simply messengers and harbingers. They do not do this for pleasure. They serve something far worse. And the longer they are kept from their prey, the more vicious they become. You see this. I see this on news. How many people they kill to get to her.
Too many.
You are
We
not
still
good
can't
at
let them have
dialogue.
her.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so it's like, be that as it may, you have put yourself in their life. You have made yourself a target when you helped those two. Now you must fulfill your destiny.
Strike me down. Oh, sorry.
Strike me down and you will fulfill your destiny to the dark side. Do it.
Fulfill your destiny.
Screw it. It's on you. Are you still there?
Mhm.
What's going on
I'm here.
here? I'm sorry, are you not
They
used
have-
to this level of interaction, sir, in your other games? This is how we do this. You are I confuse and a flame.
And I'm trying to think of a response. Eh?
Go ahead. Take your time, but hurry up.
Destiny is a heavy burden, but it's one we cannot shift.
This is true. And you have chosen yours,
Click.
whether you knew it or not.
Yep.
For this is the way the game is progressing. No, she doesn't say that part, but there is one talisman you already possess. Use the psychic. He has power he has yet to achieve. He has no knowledge of it. He has touched them. He has touched their dark power. and can tap into it. But it is a corruption that he taps into. The more he goes to the dark, the more he becomes one of them.
I understand.
Use the annoying boy. He possesses a charm.
Thank you.
He possesses the charm the psychic will need. Go with God. Click.
All right.
One needs to die.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll thank her and.
She hung up.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
He's like, thank you. I just wanted to
Okay.
play a gypsy. Come on.
so. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll go. Actually, I'll let the agent know. We're gonna need the rock salts. And the shotgun.
He's just like, seriously? And
I'll get the rock salt, the shotgun, and a case of beer out of the Winnebago.
so he's just like, we have incoming. We need to get back inside.
Okay. I'm getting those and taking them in.
Okay. So all of you are inside preparing. Seraph, you're able to bring that man to a safe distance back to the platform. He's severely concussed and unconscious, but otherwise alive. Now, what is your plan after the collapse of that tunnel? Well, as a matter of fact, you had gotten that call. You had gotten that signal from Sage to come help.
Am I passing him on the way, or
no? You're going in the opposite direction. So you would have to go back into the tunnel.
I get the guy in the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I call to the ES units that I know are in the area.
Yep.
And tell them you have one more injured male.
Okay.
He is on the platform.
And they come. You can hear acknowledged, and you head back. Once you get to the train itself, you can see Sage. He's uncoupling it. Yeah, you can do a basic scan of the layout of the train itself, and he's uncoupling it from the lead car from the other four, and there's 20 people in that car. And they're all watching him. You can see the lights from their cell phone lights as they're shining down on his giant, shiny dome. Not going away, by the way. And you finally hit that final lever that it uncouples. You can hear the mechanism between the train just as it pulls apart, but it's still stuck. It's in the same position, but it is definitely uncoupled.
Lou.
Yes.
So what I do is I link up with the train's computer and systems.
The train itself is not powered.
What I am checking is if I can power it.
Oh, okay. So the amount of power that you would have to run the current through the entire car in order to get the computer to run. No, actually, no. You can power it, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I say over the radio, agent, get in.
That's what you get, Sage. Not me. I'm not the agent. He's like, but I wanted to push. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. I think you're muted, sir. You've been muted this whole time, so if you were talking, you're dumb.
So, okay. Mr. Costa?
Yes, the train will be moving shortly once you are in. Tell the people to secure themselves.
Very well.
Okay.
So, go ahead. Make sure everybody's kind of, in a safe position and see if he can make it work.
Okay.
I start moving the train in the safest direction possible.
Which is straight
So,
ahead.
yeah.
So the power of the car comes on, and the people, there's an audible sigh of relief, and from the chatter of the people, it's like, oh, thank God, let me get the fuck out of here. I gotta pee. Now there's just varying degrees of relief and stress and anxiety from the crowd that had gathered there in that car, and it starts to slowly move forward in that direction. The other train, the other train.
Whoever was on
I'm sorry, go ahead.
remember whoever was unconscious is in that train we're moving now.
The two that were still alive. Yes, you did tell me that. At least I think you did. I feel like you did.
Oh yeah, but I'm also was also putting the bodies in there too, recovering the bodies.
Okay, so that causes a lot of anxiety from the living passengers.
Dead electrified, dead electrocuted bodies. Yeah.
Nice and toasty.
Hey, listen.
So the
barbecue.
Right. It's like it smelled like somebody was barbecuing. And I said, ain't nobody got time for that. All right. You move the car to the next platform. You're pulling in. The people are just clamoring to get out. Once you get there, you assuming you open the door. Yes, go ahead.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to step out first and in an orderly fashion have them come out instead of them trying to stampede over each other.
You make
so
the
that way
attempt.
we can reduce any
you make the attempt to stop them, but they don't stampede, but there is a crush, an initial crush as people are trying to exit out of the train car to get out.
Yeah, I'll tell them, hey, if you guys want to get out of here alive, ease up.
All you hear is a collective "fuck you." No, I was kidding. They don't say that. But in any event, they do make that egress up the train tunnel, not the train tunnel, up the stairs from the platform.
Up the stairs.
And the last of them are gone.
Obviously, call ahead to ESU so that way they can be ready for the survivors, for the ones that were trapped.
Okay.
Also, for them to pull out.
I'm sorry, go ahead. One at a time.
Yeah. Finish. Go ahead, Adolfo. You finish.
Have them ready for the ones that are coming out. Have them ready to evac the bodies that are in the car, and have medical assistance for the two that are still unconscious.
Okay. As you're doing that, you're like, you see this man come down the platform, come down the stairs, and he turns, look both ways, in your direction and to his right, and then he bolts down the other way, down the other length of the platform. Then another one, then two more. Then a woman comes down and she takes off her heels and starts running in that direction. They all come down the stairs and start running away from you down the platform. There's
Back to where we're coming from?
No. In the opposite direction. So they're going away. They're going down the actual platform, further away. Like if it's a north-south thing, they came from your east. They're now going north. So there's
the platform. Are they going where I just came from?
No. They're going away from where you just came from. Now,
so make my way up the steps to find why they're coming back.
Hold on, I'm getting to that point. You guys are like, all right, don't make me play the Everywhere Man song. I'm just saying, don't make me do it. Now,
I'm just asking questions.
No, that's fine. As the last person comes down, you can see he's coming down. He's holding onto the rail, and he turns. Like he slips and turns, and he's holding onto the rail with one arm, and he's trying to brace himself with the other. He's staring at something straight up the stairwell, and you can see he's just sucked right back up out of your line of sight. Just at that point, you can see the lighting in the area starts to go down.
Is there any way that I can intercept from that guy getting pulled up, being that I'm
No,
already
no, no.
seeing people?
That. To understand the way I see it, as you're getting ready,
I see it.
right?
I saw it.
As you're getting ready to do the subsequent actions, you're talking to ESU. You turn, you notice, you see it. These people are already coming down. I'm describing it cinematically. The last thing that you see as you're talking is that person come down, and it just gets pulled right up. So,
At which point I will take solid form outside on the platform.
Is he wearing a red shirt?
no. It's going to be, and you can hear it's like as he goes up the stairs. That's how I'm gonna leave it with you guys. With everybody else, you can feel this. There's a tension as the ETA clock, as the countdown clock that Patch had given of 20 minutes is down to 3. As you're all getting prepared. Brian is still trying to get into his system to see what he can do. Vona had come up the stairs. I'll give you a moment to have your interaction. Id and Abby, she's has her weapon ready. She's just like, fuck. She's, like, she's looking at her gun like, what the fuck is this gonna do? Shit. It's like, what about silver bullets? Does anybody have any silver bullets? And one of the guys
better to have it than not need it.
One of the other agents is like, yeah, that's werewolves, honey. It's like, fuck you.
Yo, so I stopped for a sec, and I'm looking at the rifle, and I'm beginning to think about the same thing she just said. So I look at Id. I'm like, Id,
Yes.
did you affect them with your psionics?
Can I?
Did you?
I don't think I did.
You didn't hurt them?
I have heard them, yes.
So they are affected by your psionics.
Yeah. I mean,
Hit
they
me.
take a lot of damage, but yeah.
Hit me. Hit me.
Hit you. You want me to hit you
Hit me.
with my psionics?
Yes, right now. Hurry up.
How much power do you want?
Doesn't matter. Just hit me.
All right. You asked for it.
Okay, so what exactly are you doing?
I'm gonna use my power. I'm gonna absorb the psionics. I get +6 to save, and I'm gonna form a sight sword.
Okay. Well, he's hitting with telekinesis. That's not the same thing.
It's psionic. It's not a psionic ability.
It's he's hitting you with force, not the actual psionic attack. Well, okay. So make your save then.
This game is pragmatic that way.
I
Hold
get
on.
it. I get it. That's why I said make a save.
Let's see. It says here.
Wait, Kevin Douche.
Takes the card is able to take on the property.
Okay, so while he's doing that,
Sorry.
Vona, you come up with your newfound information. What are you doing? As you hear Patch like, hit me.
I only take 2d4 points of damage. And I'm not impervious
hear me?
because it's psionic, but I get after that I gotta look for psionics. It's on the P. Here it is. Psionics draw an ability call upon if he is attacked by psionic ability. In case he gets a +4 save versus psionic attacks, takes no damage and suffers no ill effects if successfully saves, and suffers half damage, penalties, and duration even if it fails to save. However, only types of psionic powers that can perform are either telekinesis, basic attack abilities, or create and use sight swords. That does 3d6 damage. All right. So I take 2d4 points of damage, and I can I use telekinetic strikes
Okay.
as range. So I take 2d4 points of damage.
He would have to hit
Okay.
you with a psi sword in order for you to do that. Is basically what
Huh?
you're saying. For you.
Yeah, I can use you do range, or I can use a sight sword.
Okay.
That does 3d6.
And you're doing the Psy Sword.
I got auto dodge. Yeah, I'll use side sword.
Okay.
So
See what does
I'm gonna-
more damage.
I'm gonna tell Morgan and Id. I have to talk to the both of you. Might be better to talk after the coming fight, but I got information that's important to the both of you. And turn to Acosta and introduce myself. I don't know his name is Acosta yet, but yeah. How you doing? I'm Vona Lee. Offer my hand out.
I take his hand and shake it. Like,
And he cuts it off with the Psy Sword because he doesn't realize that he's using it. It's like, oops, sorry, dude. Yeah. Psychic surgery? No, you can't do that. Oh well.
sorry, buddy. It's my first time using this thing.
Okay. So I mean,
My bad.
go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Set the beer down.
Take his hand from.
Yeah. So
Shake his hand.
Abby's like, is that a fucking beer? She's like,
It's literally a case of bottles.
okay. So she grabs that. She's like, oh shit. Oh, thank God. She's like, thank you. She takes off. She does her thing, popping the cap and just taking huge swigs. So go ahead. You're doing that.
All right.
Okay.
You introduced.
My name is.
Abby's like, Mama's getting fucked up today.
She's getting her bravery on.
Pretty much. Her
Dan's
bravery juice.
Take your hands, but I tell you, my name is Patch.
Just nobody card me.
I think that's the least of our problems right now.
Anybody want to take some of these rock salt rounds?
Rock salt rounds?
Yeah, it's a shotgun. Yeah, it's shotgun shells full of rock salt.
Yeah.
So,
How many shotguns do we have?
They don't. They don't have shotguns.
So I look at him and like, well, I guess we could throw it at them.
It's got to be the salt. It'll slow them down. It won't destroy them. But slowing them down right now is necessary.
All right, but you're the only one with the shotgun.
Oh, as they're
Okay.
Yeah, God.
I'm finding a different escape routes.
You need to speak up, or at least get closer to your mic.
I was saying, as they're talking, I'm gonna plan different escape routes.
There
actually not a bad idea.
is a fire escape. There is a not a fire escape, but it's there's a
So-
back door with steps going through all 3 floors. So it's technically a fire escape, but that's really the only other route out.
Were there any dumpsters nearby in case I need to jump out a window?
No, just regular garbage cans.
If I jumped out the highest floor, can I land on top of the Winnebago safely?
Just aim for the bushes.
Right. It's like bushes,
Yeah.
bushes.
I had to land on the middle. Ow!
Let's see.
I just saw that.
Where,
too.
what'd you land on? You don't want to know.
What's your? You could attempt it. Mathematically, there's a slim chance that you can make it.
I couldn't hear you because Q was.
I
over
said
the mic like that.
mathematically, you're able to determine. Your angle, speed. What is your speed? How far can you jump?
31.
31 feet.
No, 31 speed. I can jump 10 feet vertical, 12 feet horizontal from a standing still
No,
position.
no. You from a standing still position.
Yes.
So if it's running, it's probably double from the horizontal. So yeah, you can make it.
Okay.
Now you understand that you're jumping practically 3 stories down to almost a street level.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You're also taking that into consideration. So,
You're gonna have 2 broke legs and a broke arm.
No, I will have a sprained ankle. I have a roll with it.
Okay, so you're ready.
Or sprained spinal column.
So Bona, was there anything else you wanted to add before I move on?
Yeah, I'm going to put a circle of salt around the operating room, around the like inside the operating room, but around the outside, so that they can.
So
Keep doing what they're doing.
they're still doing the surgery. The room itself is sealed in that half the room has that plastic. The inside, if you've ever watched Dexter, he has the plastic all. They have the plastic all inside that room, and then there's a plastic sheet that's sectioning off that half of this apartment. So there is no going around it. You'd have to go into the room, thereby breaking the seal of the what is it? What's it called? When you
Quarantine.
Medic seal.
I
Yeah,
would put on whatever
it's-
gear I needed to, but I'm making sure that they've got a circle of salt to protect them. It wouldn't hold them off forever, but slow things down is what we're aiming for now, right?
Okay, so the Agent Rivers is like, whoa, you can't go in there. Says this, it's what the fuck is it? You're gonna break the. It's like, we don't need to disturb them. He says, I don't know what you plan on doing with table salt, but
Protection circle.
you're not going in there. That's just that's out of the question. And what is it called? This word is going to bother me because I know the word, and it's bothering me.
What, hermetically sealed?
No,
Sterile.
sterile. The room is sterilized. Jesus Christ. So she, no.
We're getting old. We're all getting
I'll-
old.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
okay.
Wow.
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll
I'm sorry.
explain to her what needs to happen with it.
And I'm going to tell you
To
that you're
protect-
going to need to roll an MA because she has a weapon and she's in charge.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
She's like, fuck. All right. We have another. We have. It's like you get him a suit. It's like they have one suit left because he did roll an 11. I'm gonna give it to you. She's like, fuck. All right. Fucking magic shit. So you put on the suit. You go into the seal. And the doctor's like, who the hell are you? What are you doing in here? Get out. He flings a scalpel at your face.
Some little
Um,
to her face. Oh wait, that's the wrong game.
We've got a supernatural threat incoming. I just need to put a circle around you to protect you.
Okay,
I won't disturb what you're doing, and I won't come near you.
please roll a 20-sided die.
You failed to dodge. Oh, sorry.
Okay. As you're speaking and you're laying down the salt, despite what they're saying, you feel it's almost like a debilitating thing. If you've ever watched Akira, where it's like bing, and all these images start flooding into your brain, you can see this mass. You see this thing looking down at a group of people, and you can almost hear these like little pops, and then you notice that they're firing at something. You're looking down at these people. They look like they're about this tall, and they're shooting at you, and it just sounds like little tiny snappers. And then there's another image of you coming over, looking at the building, but from an angle and an altitude, and you're starting to zero in on it. And then the third image is of this darkness as it's coming down this stairwell, and then you can see a bald guy with glasses, and he's screaming. No, I was kidding. He's not. But The image you see is that of Crimson Sage. You've never met him, but you've seen him. I'll show you
Parts of him.
parts of him. Yeah. And
Shiny, glow the dark parts.
Yeah, guy riding a Budo.
yeah, so that's what he looks like, and he's standing. He's standing at the bottom of a long stairwell, staring up, and he's just like getting in a battle position, and then all of that.
I'm
But
sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you over somebody's TV.
yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, can you?
Okay, so all of that, and the last thing you see is like Earth being moved. It's like you're just you're going through this. It looks like it's not a tunnel, but everything in your sight line is just Earth, as just moving past you. Now, when you snap out of that, you can see you're looking at the doctors, and you notice that the anesthesiologist has his hand over. He has the mask on, and he's regulating. Her eyes are open, and she's staring at you. Now, mind you, they're in her chest. Akira! No, it's kidding.
She's awake.
The doctors are like, "What the fuck are you doing, Ron?" He's just like, "Holy shit, she shouldn't be, what the fuck?" He's looking at it, he's like, "She should be knocked the fuck out. How is this possible?" And that's how I'm gonna leave it with you.
I'll continue this out, sir.
Yeah, the last thing that you guys in the house, the electronics and the lights start to flicker, and you're feeling this pressure. You Patch, your spectrometer is lighting up. Max is lighting up with a Max. Not Max, but it does have the sensor bar, whatever it is. If it's a needle, it's at the red.
EKG meter's going off the scales, man. Get Egon.
You're muted, dude. I can't hear you.
I said, yeah, man. I tell them they're here.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to stop the game today, and we will pick this up next time for Crimson Sage, Patch, Seraph, Id, Morgan, and Vona Lee. I am your storyteller. My name is Lewis. We bid you a fond farewell.